Ever seen a bunny stand on its head? Hi, I'm Christy Darlington, your coach and creator, and today we're talking about viral images, how to make your images stand out against the competition in the market. In our last video, we talked about banner compliance, talking about dealing with headlines that ChatGPT can help you create to ask a question, to get people engaging with your content. But there are two types of marketing. There's one that's interruption marketing. That is like where you're on Facebook and an ad pops up and you want to stop the scroll by creating images that ask a question. What is that? Or why is that? So you want to have an image that'll catch somebody's attention so that they'll click on your creative and take a look at either your video or your ad advertorial or whatever you've put together to try to sell a particular product or service. But the other type of marketing is the user intent marketing, typical of Google Ads, when people are putting in a search metric and you see the product that they're looking for comes up on the screen. And so with product reviews and things like that on Amazon, people are looking for the product that you're talking about, that you're trying to sell. And so that's a different kind of market than interruption marketing. With interruption marketing, you need to handle three different things. Number one, you need to be able to get your image to stop the scroll, to get a person to pay attention to go, what is that? Or why are you wearing this bunny costume in that outfit? You know, if they're asking the question of why or what, that's the first thing you want to do to get somebody's attention with your image. The second thing you want to do is you want to create an image that stands out against the marketing or against the competition. An idea of this would be creating contrast. I have pink on and I've got a blue towel. That's one way that I create imaging that stands out. I look at color contrast. I also look at different creative things that I can get. I'll go to Walmart and these are certain gadgets and things that I've gotten for fish tanks, but I actually got them because they're very colorful. They'll stand out and I can put them on something that will contrast the coloring when I am creating an image that I want to stand out in the background. Another thing that I look at is curiosity. Does your image create curiosity? Not just why are you doing that or what is that? You want it to ask the question of how does this solve the problem? What problem are you trying to solve? And does this actually work? This is a little washing thing. And with this, I can use this to create images that go along the lines of different ways to help solve a problem in the health market. I might just use this for washing, something I'm washing. And again, the color contrast can help stand out. And so another thing you can do to get your marketing to stand out when you're dealing with a health product would be to put items that naturally relate to the customer with something they already believe. They already might believe that apple cider vinegar can be good for health, or garlic, or anything along those lines. If you can throw some of these items into your imaging, it can create further curiosity to figure out how you're using apple cider vinegar to solve that problem. So today I'm going to give you an example of several images and several videos that I produced, both on the Amazon market where I had users looking for that product and they actually bought the product because of the creativity that I had in the image composition, and also with ads, some of the images that I've done well on the market. And another thing I want to point out, okay, in addition to creating contrast so your images stands out and asking the question of why or what, there's one more thing that I think you should do to get your images to stand out. If you can make your images funny in some way, like my little bunny that stands on its head, if you could do something that's funny, that creates user interest, even if it's just for the brief moment of entertainment. People love to click on funny ads. Another thing that you can do is create something that looks easy and simple to do. When a person is looking at solving a problem, if they can look at your image, or if they can look at your video and think, oh, this is easy, they're far more likely to go through and buy the product you're featuring. This is one of the reasons I believe that scientific images used as a main image for a video or an ad don't always do well. Because when you have all this scientifically generated imaging and it looks like it's complicated or it looks like it's hard, people are less apt to want to look at that remedy to answer the problem or the question that they have. They might engage with your content better with that imaging further on down in an advertorial, because you might be talking about the science behind a particular product. But when you're trying to get attention to your banners, to your images, you're going to want to create something that looks easy. You want to create the idea that this is not hard, it's simple to do. And so there are 3 pegs to getting your images and your videos seen. Number 1, color contrast. Number 2, create curiosity and intrigue. And then number 3, you want your images to look easy, like something that they can do at home. So let's take a look at some of my videos that have done really well. Okay, so I have here my YouTube channel where I've done a lot of my product reviews and posted them on YouTube. And I'd like to point out some of the ones that really took off, not just on YouTube, but also on the Amazon market when I posted the video reviews on the on-site Amazon side of things. They really took off as well. And we're going to talk about what made them take off. First of all, let's just look at some of the videos on my channel and try to figure out why did some of these really stand out and get so many views. The first one I want to show you is this Kaliba birdhouse review. And I'll just click on it. Here you can see the video itself. Take a look at how close I got when I was videoing this. You can see how I just showed as closely as possible what it would be like if you were a bird looking inside. Notice how I have it zoomed in so well that it's like you're actually holding the product. And it's almost as if you're able to handle it before you buy it. That's one of the reasons I believe this product did so well on the Amazon Buy Your Intent marketing platform. They're looking at the product to see if they want to buy it. And this is exactly what they need to see. How well is this constructed? And what does it take to hang it up on a tree? As you can see, I'm showing here what the hanger looks like and describing it. There's a couple ways to hang it. One is right off the side. There's a little hook at the top as well. And then I was just describing the size of the bird that would be able to make a nest in there. It's not a very large hole, but I was showing that. Another thing that I want to point out too is how I framed everything against my tree in the background. So again, I put the product in the setting that you would find it naturally being used. And I believe that's another thing that caused this video to go viral on my channel and on Amazon as well. I want you to notice 19,000 views. And this is a channel where I only have about 300 subscribers. So you don't have to have a lot of subscribers for a video review that you do going viral on you. It all depends on how you do the framing and how you describe everything and how you set it up so that the user can see the product close enough to decide if this is something that they want to buy. Along with this video that got 19,000 views, I also had this one, Cedar Dove Nesting Box, and I did a comparison with the Dove Nesting Box and this Kaliba Birdhouse. This one, although only 4,000 views, which is still pretty good for my channel, did not have as many views on the YouTube channel, but I actually sold a ton of the Cedar Dove nesting boxes because of this comparison review video, in which I showed again the smaller holes on the nesting box of the Kaliba birdhouse. Those smaller holes only could accommodate small birds, but if you wanted to have the larger birds, you needed to get this Cedar Dove nesting box. You could see how much larger it is, and it could accommodate the larger birds. And actually, this was one of my best sellers, as we will see in a minute when you go over to Amazon. This video actually sold quite a few of these birdhouses. Now let's go back to my channel, and I want to point out another video review that went viral this last Christmas. This is one of my top selling products over Christmas. Okay, you can see this chopper here. This was on Amazon's top selling product list. If not, it was the top selling product. It was certainly right up there. And you'll notice something that I did when I filmed this. Do you notice the color contrast? What kind of vegetables did I feature? I could have taken any old onion. I could have taken, different products that were more bland in colors, but I chose carrots, I chose apples, I chose the red onions because it would show the color contrast really well. And in the process as well, I wanted to show that you could chop up something like carrots and it could handle that well. It could handle the onions. And if you know anything about onions, they're a pain to cut up by hand, one little slice at a time. Your eyes get watering. But with this chopper, it does so many of the onion sections all at once. It makes chopping onion a whole lot easier. And you could just see the color in this video. It made it stand out. And as we'll see in a minute, it was one of my best sellers this year. It continues to sell. Nearly every month I get sales on it, and that's all because of this video. And now I'm going to show you what might be my top selling product on Amazon. It's this video right here. And I don't know if you saw the caption. So what did I take as my caption was taken from this part of the video. My caption that I grabbed for the video to kind of be my image on Amazon as well as my image on YouTube was taken from this section of the video. And you might notice something funny about this video. I've got this remote control stunt car and I got my kitty in the background. And the video is hilarious because this little stunt car is rolling all over the place. And first the cat's curious. And so she goes up to check this thing out. And then the stunt car turns around and starts chasing her, and it's hilarious. You can watch it in a second. But I wanted to point this out, that just taking a section from this video has caused this stunt car to sell over 150 versions of this stunt car. They have actually different variations, and so you'll see on my reports in a minute how you'll have, it being the top selling product, like 90 some of these sold, and then another one 70 or something like that. You'll see it in a minute. I'm going to show you the stats. But the reason you'll see it show up several times in the reports is because there's a different variation that this video gets tagged to, and it shows up on that variation as well. And so on the reports, it's broken out by variation how many of these I sold. But yeah, this video has sold over 150 of these little stunt cars, all because of this video right here. So it's pretty funny. I go in, of course, as I do with all my video reviews, I show you close up how to connect everything, how it all goes together, so the user has no problem figuring out how this works and what it takes to get it working. And then I show you the product in operation, and you can see my kitties, they're all like curious. What is this little thing? And they're kind of like checking it out, and they're like, huh. Well, and then all of a sudden, the little remote control car starts heading towards the kitty. And here you go. It starts rolling around real funny. And the cats go, what? And now she starts to run away because she's like, I don't know about this thing. And then later I show you how it starts to do flips and everything. It's actually a cute video. People love it. And the product definitely sells as it flies. There it goes, flipping all over. The cat's like, get out of the way. So if you can make a funny video review like this, it can really sell your product, guys. Don't underestimate, even if it's a little goofy, like you're wearing some kind of a bunny suit like I did today, it catches people's eyes. And it's amazing how when you catch their attention and then they get into the video because it's rather funny, you never know how it will drive your sales. And I was pleasantly surprised to see that even just this past month, I had several of these stunt cars sell. It was one of the top selling cars in my reports. Even here we are, 9 months after I made this video. It's still selling on the Amazon market. So that's why I love video reviews, and I think it's a good way to sell your products. So now I'm going to show you on the Amazon side. This is what it looks like. This is for this past year, starting with January. And again, this Full-Star vegetable chopper, my video was selling this product in fourth quarter of last year too. So I made quite a bit more than what you're going to see on this report, because this report is just querying for this year since January. And here we are, the Full Star Vegetable Chopper. I sold 93 of them, making a total of $2,000 for the company and 52 in commission. Now this is actually pretty low. It shows 52 at 2.2%, but the reality is that Full Star saw how well my video performed last quarter of last year, and so they offered me an extension on a bonus special, 10% bonuses on the sale of my video. And so I ended up making 10%, so like $520, not the 52. Well, actually that's 2%, so maybe it was more like $300. But anyway, the point is that they gave me a 10% offer, so that boosted this commission income drastically for the first quarter of this year as well. And then this one right here, this is that stunt car that I was just showing you with the kitty, and it only pays out 1.5%. The manufacturer has not come back with me with any special offers, so I've not gotten any bonuses. So I haven't made a whole lot in terms of commissions on this, but I've generated $2,000 just on this variation of the stunt card. And if you go down 4 cars or 4 products down, here I have the stunt car again, 70 of those. So I have 77 sold here, and this variation, 70 of them. Scrolling down a little bit further, and here we are, the stunt car again, and I've sold 31 of those. So that all totals up well over 150 of that particular stunt car. And I think if we went down further, they might have more variations. I know I've seen it show up in my report several times. And this is just the entire year. So it varies month by month. And I've thought, you know, if I ever got one of these kinds of remote control cars, maybe a variation of this product, maybe I'd try Amazon FBA if I had enough to stock it, and do a video review with my cats, making another funny video. But if I own the product, I'd make a killing on it. Just a thought. And you can see all total my revenues that I've generated for Amazon since the first of the year, just the on Amazon platform. This does not count my YouTube earnings generation because that's under a different channel, and it does not count my website earnings as well because I break all that out and tracking on another channel. But my on Amazon video reviews on platform, because it is buyer intent traffic, always performs better, and I would say it performs about 4 times better than what I get just straight off my YouTube videos or straight off my website links. So I'm just going to show you this because this is the best metric that I can show you to show you what performs in terms of sales based on video reviews. So we had the Full Star Vegetable Chopper, #1, or possibly the stunt car was #1. When you add all those up together, that would have eclipsed this one in terms of sales volume. I had my Girlfriend seed starter tray. This one has done really well. I have my hydroponics channel where I teach hydroponic gardening, and of course Girlfriend is one of the seed starter kits that I show on that channel quite a bit. And that, with a bunch of other hydroponic, if you go on down here, my Let Pot is #7 here in terms of sales. I have 43 of those. That is a really great unit, and it's one of the higher quality mini hydroponic systems that I feature quite a bit as well in my videos. And I featured several other hydroponic systems, and if you look back at my channel, I've had like 2,000 views on any one of these hydroponic systems. It's easy to get that organic traffic when you do hydroponic gardening and you show these systems, some of the best sellers on Amazon in this market. So you could see my top products were the Full Star Vegetable Chopper. I attribute that to my image, my color variations in the actual video review. The stunt car, which was really funny, and it continues to make sales here 9 months later. My Girlfriend seed starter tray, which fits right in with my niche on hydroponics. We go on down here, I have Cute Cats and Gadgets video channel. Do a lot of cat products, and guess what is 5th on my list is the Cat Senses product, which is a seed grass growing kit for cats. And then, of course, a sketch pad. My daughter loves to do art. So under kids' toys, this one took off with 55 products sold. And of course, Let Pot was right up there as well with my hydroponics system. And over the winter, I did a pretty cool review with snow flying in the air. It wasn't real funny, but maybe a little bit because I had snow flying down off my tree and landing on my head when I did the video review, so it's kind of a little funny. But this one did really well over the winter. It doesn't really sell in the summer, but even over the winter, I had 43 sales. And then again, hydroponics is going to just do really well. Here's another indoor hydroponics growing kit down here, 9th. And then 10, I'm down with a mini drone for kids, another kids toy. Did really well for me. Again, the kids' toys, only 1.5%. So Amazon just doesn't pay well with kids' toys, but they are one of the best sellers. I think if I do a FBA store where I have enough money to fulfill some products with Amazon, this might be a niche I would consider going into because they just do really well. The Liffey J glow in the dark blanket was another kid's toy that did really well for me, only that one being a blanket had 4% commissions, so a little bit better there. And then the laser cat toy, a lot of my cat toys have done really well here, down here 13, 14, and we could continue to look through here, but I thought the top 10 really are revealing of what does well with my market, particularly as it relates to kitchen gadgets. They do really well. Kids' toys, making something funny. If you can make a funny video review, it'll just sell well for you. And then, of course, anything to do with cats or gardening has done really well on my channels and on my Amazon platform as well. I hope you find this helpful, and I will see you again next time.